This is NDTV and you are watching NDTV Prime.
So it's day 85 of the Great Overland Adventure, and we've done something in this country we haven't done in any other country. We are heading to Seduna today, and we get to see the ocean again. Should be a good day. So sometimes we plan for things and sometimes we find things on the way. That serendipity is always great because you see things which are interesting. Now, just a board I saw on the highway and so turned off into town and then we carried on past that. Back there is the town of Kimba. There was signage that said that Kimba is halfway across Australia, so it's literally the midpoint. It's also these sculptures here. This is Edward John Eyre, and next to him is the Aboriginal bushman who helped him. Helped him to do what? Well, he was the first European to actually make that trek from the east to the west. So he started off in Sydney and ended up at the Swan River, which is, of course, where Perth sits now. And he did that over 2 attempts. It wasn't easy, and he lost half his crew, but it was Wiley who helped him eventually. And so today, one of the highways, in fact, the road that we are on as well today, as we are heading towards Seduna, is named after Edward John Eyre. After driving on the historic and legendary Stuart Highway, now we are on another famous road, the Eyre Highway. It's been really picturesque. It's a nice change. You see that in every country really when you're driving for a large distance. But here again, after coming out of the Simpson Desert and then getting off the Stuart Highway at Port Augusta, there's been this gradual yet very definite change in the topography. Everything is flat. You're seeing a lot more farmlands and these really pretty, almost manicured-like trees just completely alongside the road. So we're heading, of course, to Seduna, but just short of Seduna is Smoky Bay. Sounds really nice and exotic, and I hope it's pretty. But Smoky Bay is known for a lot of seafood and, of course, more specifically, oysters. So we're going to go and check out oyster farming. Certainly not something I've seen before. So we've reached more than 500 kilometers of driving again, and a completely different setting once again. Where we are right now is South Australia Premium Oyster. Hey.
Hello. How are you?
Good to
I'm
meet
Colleen.
you. Colleen.
Jeff.
Hi Jeff. Good to meet you. And thanks for having us over today and agreeing for us to be able to join you this afternoon.
You're welcome.
It's good to be here. Great weather as well, I have to say.
It is.
We'd expected it to be some colder.
Okay, we buy our oysters in, our baby seed. That's the size of the seed that we get.
Where do you buy these from?
We buy them from Tasmania. An oyster can change sex from year to year. So they don't know whether it's a male or a female until it spawns. Okay, over here, sorry, we just move around.
Oh, sure.
This side of the chart, they were all bought at the same time. 13 months later, that's the variation in growth. The little one at the top, he's a runt or a slow grower.
So he could have come out of something like that, but
would have started out like that.
Just didn't grow as much.
Doesn't grow as much. This guy here, he's big enough, but he's not conditioned enough. So what we do is we put them up higher on a rack and the water motion rumbles them around, knocks all this frill off, and you end up with a nice, smooth edge, a thicker shell, and a fatter oyster.
So what happens once you bring them back here? What's the first thing that you...
Okay, what we do, the oysters get emptied into here, and then they go over the grading machine. So this is the grading machine. It's a shaker grater. So the oysters will fall over, it shakes, and as it shakes, it pushes them forward. The big stuff will go over the top, the middle size will fall through, and the little stuff will fall through. Yes. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Now we get to the live action part of the afternoon, I
Now
guess.
you get to eat them.
Oh,
You get
the
to eat
better
them.
part of the
The
afternoon.
better part,
All right.
yes. So I'll just go and grab a plate.
There's mint in there as well.
Yes,
Oh.
yes.
Yeah, that is a little Indian
It is
flavor
it?
there, yeah.
Oh, good. I got
You
one
got
right.
that, absolutely.
Got that right.
I do like the pepper though, I think that really works. That's like freshly cracked pepper, right? Yeah, it's got a great flavor. So we get onto the barge and we're making our way into the actual pier, into the boat dock, where you have the boat ramp from where boats or barges can be let into the water.
Is just glorious. You have snagged the most perfect weather.
It is lovely.
It's not always this calm.
Oh, really?
Some days it is so rugged, and hence why I sit on the ball, because the shock, it's like a shock absorber.
And what happens if it's raining?
Raining is fine. It's the wind,
So storm is not okay, but rain is okay.
yes, because
So you
it
can
can be
still go
calm and
out.
it can rain.
No, but you can still go out and
We
you
can still go out and work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this is just to sort of...
This is our anchors. No, Jeff takes this back there. No, we're doing
back
this
there.
side here. So he puts the pole at the back and I have the pole at the front.
Yeah, he's gonna need a shot of me jumping.
Tying
Oh,
it
it's
down.
cold.
It
I mean,
does
it's colder
go.
than I thought it would be, I
It
guess.
is cold on your way. See how you've got the shock cord?
Yeah.
Pull that out over the top. And I'll just push these down. Goes
it?
over the sticks.
That's it. It's a little slippery, actually. More than I thought. But it is new to me.
It is
so,
new.
Yeah. So how long does this typically take you?
We're out here probably an hour and a half,
So of course today it's happening in like
3.
quarter of that time because I'm just so good at this.
Oh, yes. And I'm just going to break the seal for you so you can actually get in there. Peel that off.
All right, and yeah, because we can't just chuck
Now
those.
you've got to cut the side.
All right.
Let us know, and then I'll know where to look.
You didn't cut the muscle. Yeah, that all. Yeah,
Ready to go?
eat it. Hopefully it comes off. There was no chewing in that
Yeah,
at
I didn't
all.
chew because it just went back, but it was good anyway.
It was good because it's.
Anybody want one? Fresh, right out of the water. Wow, this is an experience I'm not going to forget. It's just, I mean, I can't imagine doing something like this. So we're heading back now, and there's a part of me that doesn't really want to, but the day is getting on, and don't forget, this is all work. I mean, it's fun for me today, but it is work for Jeff and Colleen. And just like that, we're back almost back on solid ground again. Now the barge of course comes out of the water and we'll head right back. Relatively early morning start and we're off to cross the great Nullarbor Plains. So it's been a while now that we've been driving across the Nullarbor and some part of it has been a bit of a surprise for me. The first, just how close we are to the coastline almost constantly. So that's a surprise. The other surprise is that, you know, when they talked about it being this flat earth with nothing for miles, I had imagined nothing, not even this kind of shrubbery or bushes. I thought it was going to be absolutely plain, stark land. Now this is a special spot. This is where the southern right whales come for some of their calving and breeding, especially at this time of the year. So how lucky are we? May is the month when they actually come in here, and the reason is because the water here is relatively warmer, unlike the water further south, closer to Antarctica, which is of course starting to get really cold at this time of the year. And so the other reason why this becomes a special spot is because from here to Antarctica, there is absolutely no other landmass. So it's a special stretch of sea, and which is why the warmer end of it is where these whales come in for their birthing. And we've been so lucky. We've seen, oh, look at that. Look at that, guys. Last state now. The end is near. Hard to believe that it's all coming to an end already.